Hello, welcome Micro Squad. This is your 10 to 15 minute lazy leg routine. Oh yes, you guys saw this probably on our Instagram, at least mine. And all you're gonna do is be laying down the whole time. You will need Bala Bangles. I have the 1 pounds on. You are more than welcome to add the 2 pounders if you want that little extra spice. But like I said, it's all laying down, so we're gonna get started on our backs, laying down on our backs. I want you to exhale and tuck that tailbone, pull that belly button up towards the spine, knit the rib cage together. Your left foot's gonna stay planted. We're gonna extend the right leg up, and we're gonna draw a little half circle with that leg. So making sure that our hips aren't rocking. You wanna make sure the core is engaged the entire time. Woo! So we've got about a 3-minute warm up here. You're going to switch the direction of this circle in 3, 2, 1. So you're going to go down, out, and around. It's not very big. All we're doing is moving in that hip joint, kind of lubricating it up, getting it warmed up for what is coming. Now, the whole time, if you feel hips starting to pop up, I want you to reset, shrink the size of that circle. It doesn't have to be very big. We're going to switch legs in 3, 2, 1. Bend that right knee, bring it down. The left leg shoots up to the sky. You're going to point it out, down and around, up through center, stabilizing through the lower core. So you have a little sneaky core work happening as we're laying down here. With that ball of weight on, you're going to feel that whole leg start to light up. And we're just getting that movement through. Knit that rib cage down. We switch that direction in 3, 2, 1. So you're going to press it down, open out, circle it around, back to center. Down, open it out and around, back to center. Whew, not so bad, right? You may notice you have more stability or flexibility on one side versus the other. That's totally fine. You got 10 more seconds left here. You're going to plant both feet, and we're going to do some simple bridges. Simple, simple, simple. Nothing too crazy with it. Plant that foot in 3, 2, 1. Plant the foot. Make sure those feet are hip-width distance apart. Once again, I want you to elongate that tailbone, knit that rib cage, pull the belly button in, lift the hips up, and then lower down. I want you to imagine that there is a board on your back from your chest down to your tailbone, and I don't want that arch in the lower back or the chest to puff up a lot. I want you to keep neutral spine the entire time as you lift up, trying to get that tailbone to go towards your knees. You're going to feel the hamstrings immediately kick on when you do that. You're well over halfway done with this bridge. Whew. And because it's me, we are going to hold it up in 3, 2, 1. Just hold it up. Pull that belly button in towards the spine. Knit that rib cage together. Elongate that tailbone. All you're going to do is lower down. Roll to your right side in 3, 2, 1. Not so bad, right? Okay, rolling over to the right side. 2 options. You can prop yourself up on your forearm and work in through the stability of the oblique, or you can lay all the way down but still keep your bottom oblique lifted. I'm going to take the propped up version. Knitting that rib cage together, you're going to sweep your leg. Oh, sorry. I said sweeps. It should be leg lifts. Sorry. Lifting that leg up and down. Bottom knee can be bent. Gives you more stability. If you're feeling like the challenge, I want you to straighten out the leg. Both legs will stay straight. You're in a straight line from ankle, knee to ear, as if you're on that long line the whole time. If you're laying down on that arm, maybe that left hand comes out to support you. See, I told you, you're laying down the whole time. Pulling that belly button in towards the spine, knitting that rib cage. Can you check in on that top hip for me? Maybe you place that left hand on the hip and make sure the fingers point forward, not up. There you go. Lifting up, knitting that rib cage together, pulling that belly button in nice and tight. Whew. We're going to stay on this side. Again, I'm showing the propped up version. You're gonna hold that leg up in 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Do me a favor, point that toe, pull the core in. You're gonna draw a little rainbow around that bottom leg. Best if you straighten that bottom leg now. So you're gonna tap that foot down to the floor in front of the right foot. Lift up, arch behind, tap behind the heel of the right foot. Woo! We've done these before in a kneeling position. Now you get to do this laying down, working the stability of the hips and working the heck out of that outer glute. So the outer glute is the medius and minimus. They get a little relaxed, a little lazy. So we are activating it here. Again, here's the lying down version. Whew. As the foot taps in front of the right leg, there's a slight internal rotation. So the knee points down a little bit. You're going to feel it in a different spot of the glute. When the foot comes behind the right leg, you're going to feel a different part with a slight external rotation. Woo! Again, working in all the little pieces of that glute. We get to switch it to the other side. Left side is going down on the floor. I'm going to flip all the way around. You can just roll over in 3, 2, 1. Woo! Okay, my left leg is on. It's tired. Again, take those variations where you need them. You're just doing the leg lift. Top leg is lifting up and down. If you're on the forearm, press out of that forearm. Embrace that core. Bottom leg can be bent or straight. Your choice. So I don't want every time you lift that leg up to your whole body collapse down into the floor, into the arm. Even if you're here extended out completely laying down, there's that little space underneath the oblique. It's not going to crunch and lift. We're stabilizing through those hips, through that lower core. Right hand, you can bring it to the top of that hip and check in where that hip is pointing. I personally like the propped up position because then I can really check and see where my ankle, knee, hip, shoulder, and then eventually my head will follow that line. Woo! Do you know Spotify pops up lyrics? I just looked over at my Spotify and it's popped up the lyrics. I did not know that. Bracing through that lower core, lifting up out of that top oblique, or that bottom oblique, my bad. We got those rainbows coming up. You're going to lift that leg up in 3, 2, 1. Lift it up, point that toe. Stabilize through that core. You're going to tap the foot down in front of the left leg. You're going to lift it up, pass it behind that heel, and bring it back up. Drawing that little rainbow, trying not to swivel your hips. Keep it as steady as possible. Can you press out of that shoulder? Maybe you're down on the ground and lifting up. Maybe that left or right hand has come down to help stabilize you a bit more. Woo. Okay, this side is on fire. And we're only a couple seconds in. But bright side is you get to lay down on your stomach next. So all you get to do is roll over. Feeling that slight internal rotation as you tap the foot in front. Slight external as you tap behind you. Can you feel your lower core now just grabbing and holding you steady? How much more work that lower core has to do to keep your hips moving and dipping back and forth. Whew. We've got this. We're going to roll over onto our stomach squat. I know, you're like, yeah, what's this going to be? I don't know if you're going to like it. I don't know if I'm going to like it. Lay it on your 2, 1. Lay on your stomach. Okay, I'm going to bring my head down on top of my hand. So I've crossed my arms, my hand on top of the other. Sorry if my voice got so much louder. I want you to turn out from the hip socket so the knees and toes, hips point out a little bit. Elongate that tailbone like we did in that bridge so the tailbone goes towards the heels. Lift your belly button up. Press your pubic bone down. And you're going to lift those hips, those feet up. You ready for it? You're going to click those heels together. So tap, 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 tap. You are elongating through that tailbone. So you feel that lift of the pubic bone up. Your thighs may be off of the ground a bit. My knees at least are off. Just depends on where your back is. If you're feeling this in your lower back, stop, reset, really engage that lower core, squeeze the glutes, and then lift the legs up. You should not feel this in your back at all. And you're clicking and clicking. With that external rotation, so those knees, hips, and toes pointing out, you're gonna feel those outer glutes once more. Kick on. Hamstrings should be on fire. Mine are. Whew. Come on, squad, stick with me. You get a quick rest in 3, 2, 1. Whew. Okay. Head is still down on those hands. You're gonna spread those knees out a bit so you're in that froggy position. Heels are going to come together. So my knees are about shoulder width, maybe a little bit wider. Once again, this is your finishing move. You're going to elongate that tailbone, so squeeze those glutes, push that tailbone down towards the heels, and you're going to press your pubic bone down. You're going to try to stamp your feet up towards the ceiling. Woo! This should burn. Your thighs should at least lift off of the ground at least a centimeter. At least. You should feel both glutes hyper engaging. Your hamstrings are screaming at you. Maybe you're screaming at me. You're like, wait, Sam, I thought this was lazy legs. But I remember that text message you sent me and said that you were going to hate it. Maybe. That's okay. At least you're lying down the entire time. Tiny effective movements can do a shit ton of work for you. Do me a favor, everyone. Hold it all the way up. In 3, 2, 1. Hold it up as high as you can. Pull that belly button in. Press that hip bone into the floor. Woo, hold it there. Breathe. Squeeze those heels together. You get to rest. In 3, 2, 1. That's it. That's it, guys. Okay, let's take a quick stretch. You roll over onto your back and cross ankle over thigh. Doesn't matter which one. I'm going to take my right foot over my left thigh. Figure 4 stretch. Option to extend the left leg up to the ceiling. Pull the legs in a little bit deeper. You're welcome, guys. And a little quick built-in stretch for you. Switch sides. Right over the left or other side. Pulling it in. Maybe extend that back leg. Pull it in a little bit deeper. Woo. Bend that knee. Oh, roll on up. Ooh, I hope you guys enjoyed that quick. Ended up being about 15 minutes. Hope you enjoyed this quick little Bala floor routine. You can always come back and do this without the Balas. Maybe you try adding on a little bit more. And we'll see you next time on the Micro Squad. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching the Micro Squad. Please don't forget to subscribe, check out some of our other videos, and check out our on-demand classes. They are on our website, themicrosquad.com, and we'll see you next time.